Hello there, Tad Hargrave from marketingforhippies.com. I just got off the phone from one of my puttering sessions. A woman who signed up for another, somebody else's business program, called me because she's struggling with her niche. She's halfway through the program and still hasn't figured out her niche, and of course a lot of things hinge on this. And so we talked about that, but one of the things she said right off the top was, she said, I often hear this, she said, I just want to be clear, I want to do my marketing not from a negative place, but from a positive place. And I said, well, okay, before you tell me what your niche is, let's go into this. And I said, let me just share my most opposite point of view to yours on this. I think it's worth unpacking and questioning this whole positive, negative marketing thing. Because I think that whole dividing the world into positive and negative is a disaster. Because this is the same level of thinking that often says, well, there are the positive emotions and the negative emotions. So wait, are we saying that grief is negative, that it's bad, that it serves no purpose, that anger is awful and terrible and negative and we just shouldn't do it? Yeah, we should get rid of the Me Too movement. Women should not be so angry about, heinous harassment and abuse of power from men. Oh, so great, we can get rid of that. And yeah, while we're at it, why are people of color so angry about racism? And indigenous people. God, so much anger. It's so negative. They should just get over it. You see what I'm saying? It's insanity. These emotions that we deem as negative are vital to being a human being. They're inseparable. So just that whole framework is such a travesty. I said, but the second piece is, are we imagining that because the concern here is, when someone says, I don't want to be negative in my marketing, what they mean is, I don't want to play that game that I see in the advertising world where people have certain emotional wounds and you stick the knife in and you twist it around. So you know that people have a certain insecurity and you exploit it. This is what predation is. Predation is, there's a weakness and one takes advantage of it for one's own benefit, for one's own gain. And so people don't want to play that game. But are we imagining that the only way to prey on people, that the only way to manipulate and exploit people is through negativity and fear? Oh, really? You don't think seduction can also be by promising people things that they really want? Oh, this pill, it will absolutely cure cancer. 3 easy steps to get over your heartbreak. You see what I'm saying? There's a way that these positive things and positive emotions and hopes and aspirations and dreams, and you deserve it, don't you, can be used in just as manipulative ways. So God, I sound like a broken record in these videos. Why does marketing feel bad? Marketing feels bad for a lot of reasons, but I would say fundamental to it is because it's driven by this hidden agenda to get the sale, to get people to say yes. And what I'm proposing is marketing can and should be driven by the overt, open agenda to get to the truth of, is this a fit mutually? Where you're trying to see if it's a fit, they're trying to see if it's a fit, and everything's above board. That's the whole game. And then if you focus on the problems, or if you focus on the results, it's still fine. The real issue is, what's your intention? Is your intention to get them to say yes? If it is, you'll use whatever is at hand to manipulate them. You'll promise results that are more than you can deliver. You'll, really make them feel terrible about the pain and ashamed of it and frustrated with it. So here's the advice I'd give on this. Should you focus on the positive or negative? Meaning, should you focus more on what I call Island A, the pain, the symptoms, or should you focus more on Island B, the results that they're craving? It's just whichever one's most real for them. Sometimes what's more real for somebody is the thing that they're wanting, the thing that they're craving. Okay, I'd speak to that. Sometimes what's more real to people is the pain that they're in. And if that's true, I would speak to that. It's not, with every product and service, it's not that everyone's in deep emotional pain. Sometimes it's just something interesting that you want, or a result that you're craving. And it's not that the current reality is so terrible. It's just that there's something now that you're desiring, you're yearning for. So whatever's most real for them, that's the thing I would speak to. That's just empathy. This is just being a human being and not trying to put your new age positive spin on everything. Because if somebody's in deep pain and your headline is, want to feel wonderful? it feels a bit like a slap in the face. It feels like there's an unwillingness to recognize that you do not feel wonderful right now. The unwillingness to admit, to speak to make room for, and allow that sometimes people's experience of life is hellish and awful. I don't know if this is the positive thing that so many people imagine that it is. So if you don't want to make your marketing a negative experience, then stop doing everything you can to get people to say yes. Stop covertly maneuvering the conversation to get them to a place where they're going to comply with you. And when they don't, overcoming that objection and using every manner of bullying and social proof and manipulative tactic to get them to say yes. If you want your marketing to be positive, that's how I'd suggest doing it. If you want it to be, if you want it to be negative, manipulate people. If you want your marketing to be coming from a positive place, it's not about focusing on the positive emotions. It's about giving them a positive experience. How? By just having a human conversation with them, just saying, look, I'm not convinced this can help you. You're probably not convinced I can help you either. Let's just talk and see if this is a fit. Here's my philosophy. Here's my point of view. Here's my understanding. And we see if there's a match. That's all. There's a lot more to say, of course. But, boy, I just was worked up from the call, so I had to share this. So I hope that's useful. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much.